Ildikó, Katalin, Izabella, Mária, Krisztina, Henriette, Habsburg-Lothringiai.
Wow.
Yeah.
World War II.
I do remember being in a basement of some sort, way underground of a building, and I was probably about 2.5, almost 3, and hearing the bombs exploding above us. Us up in her car and took some necessities, as much as she could carry in the car with her, and she joined a cavalcade of army trucks and civilians going west toward Austria, and the Russians were coming in from the east. They were about 2 weeks, maybe a week behind us as we were leaving, and we made it into Austria, and my mother drove, and my sister and I were sitting in the back seat with all of this stuff packed around us. And the first farmhouse that we got to, she could get some food for us. And she went inside, left my sister and me in the car. And I was not quite 3. I found my mother's face cream, and I smeared the whole inside of the car. And my poor mother, when she came out with the farmer and his wife to collect us, it's the only time I've ever seen my mother faint. We continued through Austria, did not settle in Austria at all until we got to Germany. And then the war was not quite over yet. And the U.S. Army was coming in from the south and from the west. And my stepfather was in Germany at the time training more Hungarian recruits for the war, but it was a losing battle. It was going to be over very shortly, and it was. So anyway, the first place we settled in Germany was not very long, simply because when the war was over, which was in about 4 months, the Allies got together and divided Germany into 4 sections: the Russian, the English, the French, and the American. In 1949, I believe in May, on a former troop carrier. And the troop carriers were decommissioned, and refugees, lots and lots of refugees from Europe, came to the U.S. with these troop carriers. Never. He escaped. He actually left before we did. He left in October of '44. I remember the American soldiers. They were wonderful to us. That has been one of the strongest bonds in my life, other than my husband, I think. Yes, she and I went through so much together and had wonderful memories and tragic memories. Jeez. This is a hard one. One of my father's sisters would not leave Hungary when the Russians were coming, because she said, "This is my home, this is where I will die." And the Russians found her and made her live in a maid's room in her own house. She did not have any source of income, so she started weaving rugs, and she eventually died of starvation.